I'm Christine Forster. I'm a councillor on the City of Sydney. Yeah, I mean, tonight was, I think, a real eye-opener for a lot of us here because we heard the stories of real Australians, real people who, through absolutely no fault of their own, have found themselves in dire circumstances, made homeless at no notice, literally turfed out on the street because of circumstances that were absolutely beyond their control. And these are the tens of thousands of invisible homeless Australians that are sadly lacking a roof over their head every night of the year in this country. And these are the people that Vinnies is working so hard to help. And yet it's such a big problem and it can strike at anyone at any time, and that's why it's such an important cause and why I come back for several years now to support it, even though sleeping out in the open on a piece of cardboard in the middle of winter is a really horrible and unpleasant experience, but it really does ram home to me just how unfortunate people are that find themselves in those circumstances. And I mean, imagining doing this every night of the year is just a terrible thought. And that's why we need to get behind Vinnies and other organisations that are working so hard to help people in need when they find themselves in such circumstances. Well, just because it's such a great cause, it's a great event. You have people getting together. There's a shared sense of camaraderie amongst the group as we sort of all bunker down for what we all know is going to be a pretty unpleasant night. But it is in support of a terrific organisation that does such great work, and we heard that from some really moving stories from some of the people, some of the families that have been helped by Vinnies over the years. We heard from them last night, and you couldn't fail to be affected by those stories and to want to respond the best way you can to support St Vincent's in their support of those Australian families. Well, I would say absolutely do it. Don't look forward to it in the sense that sleeping on a piece of cardboard on a concrete slab out in the open is an awful thing to do, and none of us would want to do it very often. Once a year is enough for me, but I'm lucky, I'm fortunate. I have a roof over my head, a safe, warm bed, family and friends who provide my support network. Not everybody is as lucky as that every day of their lives. And people find themselves in straitened circumstances so often and through no fault of their own. And it's so important that we support organisations like Vinnies to help them help those people in need. No, beyond that, there's still several weeks to donate. So go to the CEO Sleepout page, give some money. This is an organisation that needs all the resources that we can give them. So put your hand in your pocket and give generously.